Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Did I shave or did I take the substance is the question. Is this Sue Martin? Is Sue Kearns?
I mean, there is significantly less facial hair in this episode than in the last one. And I really think we should release them out of order now to mess with the continuity of
That's a
facial
good
hair.
We
idea.
still have Sinister waiting in the backdrop. I mean, but we
We
have a lot of
do.
facial hair in that, so we could mess with the audience. All right, we'll deal with that.
I was getting
Exactly.
pretty intense before I shaved it. I was like down to here.
I kind of think having the continuity errors works for us since so many of the movies we watch have continuity
Yeah.
errors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. But this movie, I don't feel has any continuity errors. I mean, wasn't it nominated at the Academy Awards?
Yeah.
The-
This movie, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is Hollywood sniffing its own farts
Yes.
to like the umpteenth degree. It was the Yas Queen in response to Harvey Weinstein, which is fine. I'm cool with that. Screw that
Mhm.
guy. But it was
Agreed.
also like, oh my God, look at her poor struggle. Nobody knows what she's going through except for like a select few Hollywood elites who are losing their looks. Oh my God. And then you could see them all just
Mhm.
pumping this movie up. And we watched it, we enjoyed it, but I did not identify with her struggle.
No, I mean, the message was clear, but the struggle is unrelatable unless probably you're in Hollywood or experienced that as female or male actor, actress. But I will throw this in. The body horror in this was harder to get through than Bring Her Back. I'm gonna say it.
No, it wasn't.
Oh no, for
Wasn't.
me it was. For what
100% it was
for me
not.
it was. I'll say that. The spine scene I couldn't get through. I can get through a table scene. I can get through a knife scene, but
But the kid chewing on the goddamn knife was fine.
I
You're an out of your mind.
I can't.
You're out
With
of
the
your mind.
spine, cutting of the spine, I can't. No. No, the knife biting,
Nah, it wasn't too bad.
that's
No,
like what honestly, what kind of kid's gonna be sitting at the table eating?
I didn't even flinch at that.
No, it wasn't bad.
I didn't even
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
flinch.
Compared to
But
the shrimp, that was
I will
nothing.
say this, as the oldest one in this group, I almost can identify. Almost. Like if I had a higher opinion of how I looked when I was younger, I think it would really connect because like I can definitely look in the mirror and see you're not 25 anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's on this side of the table too, buddy. It's interesting in that we identify with it, but we cope with aging, whereas in the Hollywood
Mhm.
version of the story is the plastic surgery, the fakery, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the epic struggle, it continues. And for women, I will say this, for women compared to men in the acting world, it's not the same. It's much less fair. Men can
No.
continue their careers a la Dennis Quaid in this,
Yeah.
whereas Demi's character is depicting what happens to women by and large, Meryl Streep not included, that when they age in that industry, they lose their looks. Like Sydney Sweeney one day will not be in movies anymore.
No. Well, she might
No,
be.
Gravity's a bit.
She,
I mean, if she develops the acting chops of Meryl Streep, she'll
It's
stick
not
around.
looking like we're going in that direction.
no.
No,
Like-
no, but that's the thing. Like a guy like Kurt Russell, who still looks
he's a sexy
amazing
beast.
anyway, but he can transition from like action hero to president to old action hero. Like he can be all those
Yeah.
things. Harrison
Yeah.
Ford's the same way. He goes from Han Solo to the president to just a
Red Hulk.
psychiatrist on TV. Like
Adventurer,
No,
Indiana
I hear you.
Jones. Come on, we gotta throw that out
I
there.
hear you. But the acting chops thing might get us in trouble for airing it out the way we're doing it, but I really don't care. It's true. Demi Moore could be in a ton more movies because she's a good actress.
Yes.
She's still a Hollywood darling,
Yeah.
too.
Yes, she is.
But there's a lot of actresses that do go by looks alone, and that doesn't work out well. And there's a lot of actors that do that, too, male actors as well.
Yep.
There's a reason Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves is still being cast in everything because everybody loves him, and he's a good actor.
Yeah. Yeah, and really that's my only complaint about this movie. My only significant complaint is I have a hard time buying Demi Moore because she's still beautiful.
Aw. Did you hear that to me?
She is.
She won't hear that.
She crawled.
She won't hear that.
So
but
you're flying back
if
up
you
and do a
do-
little jig.
Well, put heavy makeup. They make her look more wrinkly than she is. You know, they make her look
Well,
more
yeah.
down to
But-
give the illusion. But in reality, no, she still got it.
even then, like until things go south in the second half of this movie, like there's no amount of makeup they're putting on her that's not attractive.
Okay, all right. I mean, all
I mean,
right.
it's just.
I was gonna say Margaret Qualley though. I mean, the split gene.
I mean, yeah, but like she's meant to be hot.
One thing about her,
Fair.
like I know she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and they've sort of vectored her into the area of sex symbol, and she's got the lip bite thing and all that. I wouldn't have thought like, oh, we need a bombshell to play young Demi Moore. Let's get her, Margaret Qualley. I'm like, but I mean, she nails it.
Yeah,
She nails it in this.
Well, with the idea
Yeah.
when you think of when people take the substance in the infomercial and they show like the egg splitting, you would think maybe it's supposed to be looking like their younger selves, and that's what the thought was in my mind, at least when watching it. But then I kept thinking about it. It's like it's a separate gene, it's a separate identity. So you might have the qualities of the person you're coming from, but you're going to be totally different. And
Well, the consciousness, right?
yes,
But yeah, but it's affected. It is affected differently when it's Sue versus Elizabeth.
oh God,
Mhm.
Sue and Elizabeth.
She is a different persona,
Yeah, she is
but it's supposed to be the same consciousness, I believe.
supposed to be, but like Elizabeth goes on her own. I feel like it's a give or take situation. With Elizabeth becoming more popular and Sue kind of falling on the wayside. She's trying to keep the success, but it's like it's
Topsy turvy
yeah,
on that one.
it just
Yeah.
goes off the
Oh,
rails.
John.
Yeah, but like you have to imagine Sue's a brand new human being emerging into the world. What, late 20s, and
Yeah.
no clue how to navigate anything. It's only a matter of time before that doesn't work.
True. I mean,
Fair.
I feel like she starts to understand in the beginning, like she figures out how to sew Elizabeth's back shut after she comes out of Elizabeth's back.
Mhm.
She kind of gets to slowly understand the world. But she just runs wild like a teenager, you know, like, oh, I want this,
Yeah.
this. And when we get to it later on, she does some crazy shit.
Yeah, you can definitely stick that like a teenager thing throughout this whole movie because she is very much like a teenager without parental
Yes.
regulation.
That's about right.
Poor Sue.
Very irresponsible. But before we get too far into it, I
Mhm.
do believe John has something for us today.
I do. I have a game for you guys. I'm gonna pop some pictures
Okay.
of some actors
Oh
up,
boy.
and you're gonna guess the movie that these actors are in, and hopefully you'll get the common theme
All
between
right.
these movies.
I'm ready.
This is not a good one.
I
for
was trying
me.
to push. I was trying to
No,
push body horror on this
So
one.
I'm just gonna tell you guys, they're mainly not horror movies.
Oh,
Okay.
that
so
might be helpful for me. We'll see.
I believe the sooner you guys figure out the theme, the easier this will be.
House
So
party.
here's movie number 1. It is not House Party, but there is Tupac.
That is Tupac.
Po-
Is this
Poetic
Is
justice.
this Nothing But Trouble? Why do I?
Oh, it is Nothing But Trouble.
Yes, baby. The Humpty Hump had
Yes.
Tupac in it. What sold it for me too is the girl in the pink tank top. I don't know what that says
I
about me.
legitimately thought this would be the hardest
No,
one.
Nothing But Trouble is like one of my favorites, man. I watched it 1,000 times.
I
when
didn't
was
even know
younger.
Tupac was in it.
Because I was
Me neither.
the whole digital undergrad.
Is this
was in there.
actors? Is this actors who dress up in like prosthetics, a la John Candy?
It's not. Here, I'll give you the other 4 actors that were hints to this. Here's Raymond J.
I don't remember
Barry.
him being in it.
Mm.
Yeah, here is
Yep.
That would have sold it.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Andy?
And Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd.
The nose. The
well,
nose.
there's Danny. Dan
The
Aykroyd.
penile nose.
And then your last hint was going to be this
Yeah.
fella.
Old
movies
Fletch.
with Demi Moore?
Chevy Chase. You got
Right.
it. These are Demi Moore movies.
God damn it.
Well, Kearns got 5 for guessing that
Yeah, he
movie on the
did.
first
Oh,
clue.
good.
All right.
All right. Now, though, the common thread.
Next one. You know the common thread.
G.I. Jane.
Next movie. There's Rip Taylor. It is not G.I. Jane.
It's not Indecent Proposal, is it?
It sure
Damn,
is.
man.
You're good
I
at
love
this.
Demi Moore.
Yeah, me too. Which means you are also going to get Billy Bob.
Oh, Billy Bob. Look at that jawline
I
on
had
Woody
this pic-
Harrelson there.
This picture was hard to do because there are versions of this picture where she's right
Okay.
next to Woody.
Oliver
Then
Platt.
you were going to get
Oliver Platt.
Oliver
The
Platt,
baby. Serenity.
the Woodman.
That's strung out Harrelson. This is like an hour and 15 minutes into the movie.
And
After it's all
Redford.
gone down. And then, Robert
You guys are
Redford.
rolling.
Robert
Robert,
Redford,
okay.
man.
All right. There's the
I was
indecent
gonna
proposal
say, I was just
poster.
talking about this
Look at him
movie.
just creeping. Look at him creeping over there. Voyeuristic little poster.
8.
All right.
All right. Next one.
G.I. Jane?
No.
No, it's
no.
not. Do we lose points?
Huh.
Dodgeball.
Oh, no, wait. Hold on.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can
Nope.
dodge a ball.
That is
Yes.
Stephen Root.
Groot. I am Groot.
I'm trying to think. I haven't seen a lot of Demi Moore movies. I'll be honest. Mine is like G.I. Jane and stuff.
All right.
So
This is the 90s haircut and
That-
setup here.
it
It's
is.
an older movie.
Next guy.
Ghost.
Vincent
Yes.
Schiavelli.
It's Ghost.
It is
That-
Ghost.
Just one drag.
Which means you're going to get
I don't know his name.
Tony Goldwyn next.
Tony
Tony
Goldwyn.
Goldwyn. Then you were going to
Whoopi Goldberg.
The
Whoopi.
whoopee. Where's my sways, man? Give me the sways.
There he is.
Patrick Swayze.
Accurate, unfortunately.
Damn, man.
And that was Ghost.
That was Ghost.
Kearns is killing this.
Oh,
game.
G.I. Jane.
Next one.
Do good. Oh no, this
Oh,
is Men of
yeah.
Honor. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not either Men of Honor or G.I. Jane. That is Cuba
It
Gooding
sure
Jr.
is Cuba
though.
Gooding Jr.
I
What
thought
is
it was
this? Hold
Men
on,
of
stop.
Honor.
Oh, that's Feel Good Men,
Yes.
bro.
It is a few
Why would
good
I
men.
say
There's
Men of
no
Honor when
O'Reilly.
he's not in Men
You
of
can't
Honor?
handle the truth.
You need me on that wall. You
Mhm.
want me on that wall. Look at the haircut on the bacon, man.
Very
He
good.
looks like a used Q-tip. Holy hell.
He looked so young for
Yeah, he did.
so long.
Yeah.
Like that's basically Footloose Kevin Bacon still, and almost Friday
But
the
he's,
13th.
he had a
Kevin Bacon.
diet of almost exclusively black olives, I hear. That's what did it.
He looks good still, though. In Toxic Avenger, still looks good.
Oh yeah, I follow him on Insta.
He's
He-
never been
he
overweight.
does a lot
That
of
helps a
fun stuff.
lot. And he was never overly
No.
muscular, which also helps a lot.
Don't change it yet, because Robert
Mhm.
Englund, during his when he got his star, he suggested either Jim Carrey or Kevin Bacon to take over Robert Englund if they did do a
As
remake.
we posted on our story on Xenomania's
Uh-huh.
Instagram account.
Damn straight.
He might do
Kevin
all right with
Bacon, he
that.
said like the jive and all that, like how his movements have been like with Toxic
Mhm.
Avenger. He said he'd play a good villain, but I don't know. Jim Carrey as Freddy.
Yeah, man. As long as he doesn't overact.
That might-
Exactly.
And that might be too cartoonish
did
for
you-
me.
But he may pull it out. Like he may pull out the performance that you're not expecting. He's
Agreed.
capable of
Yes.
that.
He's capable of it, yes. Just
Like, he
that,
just
like,
comes up, he's like,
it feels like he
"Smoking."
could be. He could be just too much
I
of a
mean,
cartoon.
Final Nightmare was a cartoon. It has to be in the realm of like a Dream Warriors vibe with that type of Freddy, if that makes sense.
Dream Warrior.
All right, so you were also getting
Yeah.
Mr. Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Scientologist Tom Cruise.
And I'll give you a point if you guess who
Jack
the fifth
Nicholson.
actor
It's
is
gonna
going
be the dude who does the great Christopher Walken impression, but I don't know his name. He's the short guy.
It's absolutely
It's
Jack.
Jack. Never mind. Not
You
the same
can't
guy I was
handle
thinking
the truth.
Look at that.
Yep.
You don't fake that kind of rage.
No.
That's an
No.
angry
He was
man.
getting paid $1 million.
He's thinking about when the valet scratched his car right now. He's channeling. But there you go with like Jack Nicholson in The Departed and stuff like that. A career that continued. Like not a traditionally handsome man, but considered to be for reasons I still can't
He
figure
was
out.
pretty handsome in the 70s and like The
He had,
Raven,
like, the
Easy
flop
Rider.
haircut and the Shining and stuff. It was a weird looking guy.
Oh, that was 80s Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Even here.
I didn't looking at this poster, I did not realize A Few Good Men was a
Yes.
Rob Reiner movie.
Oh, me neither. Same guy who did The Princess Bride, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Had Spinal.
Yeah, of course. Gotta mention Spinal Tap.
Stonehenge.
All right. Last
G.I.
movie.
Jane.
G.I. Jane. God damn it.
Finally.
It is
Yes.
G.I. Jane.
I had to load
All right.
it up and everything. Ryan's
Let's change it up. Who is this
No clue.
actor?
Cigar Man.
Sigourney Weaver.
It's Scott
Is it?
Wilson.
Scott Wilson. I recognize his face.
It's Herschel.
Oh, Herschel from
Herschel.
Walking Dead.
Without
okay.
the beard. It's
Mhm.
a little.
Yep. All right. Who's this guy?
Peacup Jones.
You gonna drink it? Is he gonna drink
It's
it?
healthy.
He might.
It's healthy.
He might.
Look at him. He's thinking about it. Look at that shape up too.
It's perfect.
This guy needs
Yeah.
to. Yeah, no. It's like this guy needs to figure out.
That, my friends, is Jim
No.
Caviezel.
Oh, that's right. Jim Caviezel.
Who is that fella?
He's in movies.
Yes, I've seen him in many
He
a
is in
film.
with
movie.
other people. No clue.
Yeah, he is in movies with other
No
people.
on the name.
No clue. Morris Chestnut.
I'm not even gonna make a joke about this one because they can make me twisted too anyways. Just gonna keep my mouth shut. Unfortunate. I didn't know.
Do you guys know what you call nuts on a
Chestnuts.
wall?
No.
Walnuts. Do you know what you call nuts on a chest?
Chestnuts.
Yep. Do you know what you call nuts on a chin?
This actress. Oh,
It is not.
Sigourney Weaver.
I'm not going to finish it either because we'll be in trouble for it. But you can use your imagination because that's where it gets dirty. Who is
It
this
is not Sigourney
actress?
Weaver.
No.
It is not Sigourney
Old
Weaver.
lady
Def-
who didn't use the substance.
She did not use the
I have no idea who
substance.
she is.
Ryan?
no. Definitely, probably an actress from the 50s, 60s.
Maybe.
No
that is
way.
Anne Bancroft.
What else has she been in?
Yeah, she was.
She's in a bunch of shit.
That
stuff.
age, yeah, I guess you better be.
Shiz.
No.
And our last actor for G.I. Jane.
Yes,
Viggo
Viggo.
Morrison. Yep.
Aragornathan. Look at the
Yeah.
stash. Yeah,
Little
he was a
stash.
dick in that movie
Yeah, he
too. Like, no woman gonna be in my seals. Grr. Get over the.
So yeah, you
No,
guys did a good
Kearns-
job with
thank
that.
you.
Kearns swiped that one. Yeah, yes, he
Yeah,
did.
Kearns rocked.
Demi Moore. Demi Moore, because that's my era of movie DVD watching. Like that was growing up. We had all of those like big budget Hollywood movies and John Grisham books laying around and stuff like that at my aunt and uncle's house. So that's all we watched. Like Armageddon came out, the DVD was there. They always had the latest DVDs of those kinds of like big budget movies.
See, that's cool.
And I just throw them in when we were over there because it was like I have access to all of it. It's cool.
See, those are good memories. Good movie memories.
Yeah, big old
Yeah.
game room.
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched all those movies through Blockbuster mostly when the movie I went to get was out.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I need to watch a movie. Here's Indecent Proposal. Let's
It's
see
the
what this is
plan
about.
B.
That's how I ended up
Mhm.
with like
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder and stuff like that because I was just walking
Oh,
by.
absolutely, Jake.
I
Yeah,
had never heard of it.
Jacob's Ladder was the best $5 I ever
Yeah.
spent when I bought
Oh,
the
that's a
Blu-ray.
good
movie.
for $5.
I wonder if we should do. Should we do Jacob's Ladder?
It was
Yeah, it's a horror film.
potentially.
I
Yeah.
consider it a horror film. Psychological horror.
I put it more thriller, but yeah. Yeah,
Well-
you could bend it to horror. Listen, I can make the argument that the movie we're doing this week is not really
I don't think it is either.
No.
I don't. It's
It's a
gory.
biopic.
It's got grossness, but yeah. I don't think the substance is
I
really a
do
horror
enjoy
movie.
when they lean into like the basket case style prosthetic, like when
Oh,
they go into
yeah.
that part of the movie. That's pretty cool.
Like, and that sort of shows me how good Frank Henenlotter was at what he did with the basket case and the people that worked on basket case with him, because it's 40 some years later, and Bilal wouldn't look terribly out
No,
of
he
place
wouldn't.
in this movie.
No, not at all. It's kind of like we'll just take a few bones out and smush him down a little bit and see what it looks like, kind of thing, and it works. Man,
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah.
But this one had
Yep.
this one was like sort of like Tetsuo Akira. What happens with Sue at the end? I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but the way they go with things, with the forming of the different parts, that's cool. That was a good touch.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
let's just give us the premise. What is this stupid movie?
So Elizabeth Sparkle turns 50 years old. Happy birthday. But Hollywood doesn't see it as a happy birthday. They see it as a retirement age. They need someone young. And
Mhm.
Dennis Quaid, who his character name, Harvey.
Harvey, of course,
Oh,
Harvey. It's like not even subtle.
Oh, yeah, like no, the Harvey Weinstein connection is not
No, it's
remotely
not.
That's one of the
subtle
reasons
there.
they loved it so much. They at the award ceremony, doing their seal claps. And like I said, I like that
Mhm.
part because screw that guy. More
Yeah,
shame to
absolutely, screw
Harvey,
that guy.
please.
damn straight.
But
Would-
so
But originally supposed to be played by Ray Liotta. Basically, he states to her while eating a delicious bowl of shrimp that it's time to retire and we need someone younger. And she's introduced to the substance, which as we mentioned a minute before, that it's like a mix, like it's not really horror. I consider it more sci-fi in that perspective.
there's definitely the
You know,
sci-fi.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely more
Like the-
sci-fi.
It's a Black Mirror episode made into a movie, pretty much.
Yes.
But the way,
Mhm.
so Ryan jumped over this a little bit, but it's pretty funny. The way the guy starts like fingering her spine, he's like, "You're a good candidate."
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
I'm getting
He's
uncomfortable
like,
thinking
"Yes,
about
this
that.
This is good vertebrae for our
He
product.
like grabs it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the man?
When they did
Yeah.
my collarbone, the surgeon was like, "What do you mean it's not attached?" He grabbed it and he pulled it out. And I was like, "Bro, I felt it over here." And he did it right. I was like, "No, stop." He's like, "Oh, yeah, that's definitely not affixed." It's like, "Yeah, if it fix my fist in your face. The other hand." Anyway,
This is
so
a good collarbone.
So we're at the stage of Elizabeth Sparkle's career where she's Jane Fonda.
yeah, exactly.
At the beginning, she's doing the Jane Fonda
she
work.
But
is.
we're all like breathing
She's
heavy
Jane
for
Fonda.
Bridget Fonda at this point.
Yeah.
We're not really into Jane anymore.
Yeah. This stayed, not unattractive, but like just this sort of boring aerobic exercise.
Yeah.
That you would have found in the 80s. And, for like an 80s era, that's really revealing wardrobe. But, in a modern era, you're not looking for that. That's
Terry,
Yeah.
take me back.
And
Take me back to bright colors and pastels and whatnot. But
Mhm.
we did talk about kind of like the unfair aspect of it, but we should bring up that Demi Moore's character Elizabeth is in a very niche field. She didn't develop chops for acting. She's like she's exercise videos and she's the hostess. So she needs to look good for this to work.
Yeah.
So like that
Yeah.
single tier, let it be a single tier because it's not that deep. That's basically what I'm getting at. And then as we move on, we get to the substance. She gets
Yeah.
hammered. She goes out and gets drunk.
yep.
which is always a good thing to do when you're sad. And then she decides to order some stuff off Amazon, and that stuff's the substance.
Yeah, she's got the mysterious advertisement for it. It's the whole instructions, everything about the substance is so vague.
And shady.
Yeah, it is.
The door.
Oh, very
just like
shady.
the door she has to go through to get
Very
inside
shady.
is like you're gonna die.
It doesn't even open all the way.
Very shady.
Yeah, she's gotta like lean under it, crouch.
Like, what are you doing?
It's in what could only be described as a bad neighborhood.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Like,
They have those in LA.
no.
It's weird. No, they're all good. They're all good spots.
There was a palm tree.
But she gets it from she gets her little thing in the mail after she orders it, and she's got to use her doohickey and get the box opened, and then she opens up her own box and she gets her bundle. She brings it home, opens it up, and reads the instructions, and they're pretty explicit, but they're not very complicated.
No.
They're not complicated. They're clear, but there's not there's nothing. None of this is tailored to her. It's just here's your
Here's
stuff.
your things. It's kind of Gremlins-y too. It's like take good care of the other one.
Yeah,
And she
it
doesn't know
is.
what that means.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what's going to happen to
Yeah.
her. So that's an
No.
interesting one too. And then food for 7 days, and it's got all this weird stuff.
Yep.
So she's like, all right, well, this isn't a terrible idea, and she just shoots herself up.
And I mean, the only thing, if you want to go through the rules real quick, they have to switch consciousness every 7 days without exception if the inactive body remaining unconscious and fed intravenously, daily injections of stabilizer fluid. And if they miss a day, then basically the main host is going to age, which, yeah,
Stabilizer fluid is spinal fluid from the other body,
correct.
Sure
which is pretty fun.
Sorry,
It
That's a nice
sure
little
is.
twist.
I had to read the instructions. That's what it said on the instructions. They call it stabilizer fluid. My bad.
So you got your
And no, that's what they
Yeah.
call it in the movie too. They don't
Yeah,
ever
spinal fluid.
explicitly say it's spinal fluid.
that
it
needle
is
going
spinal
into the-
fluid.
No.
needles don't bug me.
I've had that done.
Oof.
I've had a needle stuck in my between the vertebrae and my neck.
Yeah.
I had to have a cortisone shot in my neck, and they stretch you out and almost restrain you so you're completely stretched so that there's the space between your vertebrae to do it. Or maybe I just fell for being tied up by the doctor. I'm not sure.
Did you lose consciousness?
Dr.
And then they-
Kevorkian?
Wake up in a
No,
different
no.
position?
But they do some numbings. They put some numbing stuff on there, and then they do it, and you're not gonna feel it, and you don't feel pain,
Pressure.
but you can feel the needle between your
That's-
vertebrae. It is.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That's it.
And immediate
I've had-
relief once
I've
they
had-
inject the cortisone? No?
No, it's a slow one too. It wasn't I feel great. It was. I definitely felt a needle between my vertebrae. That was not cool.
Yeah, that sounds... All right. Can you describe it slower and in more detail for Ryan, since I hate
No.
him for what he made me watch?
No.
Since he made me watch
No.
Bring Her Back?
No.
Ryan, have you had a
Yes.
root canal?
Yeah, we all know I've had that root canal. My crown fell off after the root
You know,
canal.
it's kind of like a needle
Ryan,
going
I-
into a sensitive spot. A frontal lobotomy, Ryan. They take a spike and they put it right between your eye and your nose. And they take a hammer on the back end of it and they go,
This is no.
and they just tap some calmness right into your brain.
I've
Tappity-tappity.
seen it happen, but Jesus, no. Not I've seen it in movies, but no, that's rough too.
Right. So Ryan, when you had your root canal,
I did
you have
actually. They
Novocaine?
shot me up. It was great, and I didn't feel the needle.
This root canal right here, that one right there.
You see that
No
that
Novocaine.
that's rough.
Pretty hardcore, man.
That's rough.
That's bragging rights.
Yeah, because when they're going through,
That'll ruin your day.
when she did the root canal, she was like, "If I didn't give you the Novocaine, you'd be in a lot of pain right now." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can imagine." No, you didn't feel anything?
The needle to the spine was way
okay.
worse.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, when you say it like
way
that.
worse.
I still felt the
Way
pain hours
worse.
after. It's
So-
not pleasant.
Ryan, heretofore to be called son of a bitch, is that this movie is way worse body horror for him to get through than Bring Her Back. And John and I both think that he's on some sort of substance thinking that, because Bring Her Back is so horrible to watch. It's just ridiculous, and it doesn't let up for a long time with that. As soon as that sort of thing starts, I can't even describe it because our video is going to get friggin' blacklisted. It's horrific body horror. This at least is like, you can suspend your disbelief a little bit and be like, oh, look at that little baddie that just crawled out of her back. And this is a movie. The other one, you're like, the whole time.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable watch in those moments, but it's
not too over the top.
I've seen much worse.
No, I was like on the couch like I had cerebral palsy when I was watching friggin' Bring Her Back. It was awful, and I was texting them too, and I'm sure they were laughing maniacally while I was doing it.
No, I wasn't laughing because I was so messed up by the psychological horror in Bring Her Back that I didn't even notice that there was body horror in there.
I feel like the body horror took me out so much that I didn't appreciate the psychological as much as I could have. I think A24 really kind of screwed the pooch by going too deep on that. They didn't need to go that far. They didn't need to go that hard, Phil Collins.
That demon was hungry. It was willing to eat anything and everything. Yeah. It ate that knife, ate the table. But what the video that John shows with the behind the scenes, it kind of makes everything a little bit easier. I would suggest watching that because you know what, if we get 50 likes, I'll put this on the table.
You may stop suggesting things now. I will never ever trust you again.
I'll put this on the table. If we get 100 likes for this episode, we have to cover Bring Her Back.
Yeah, when you put it like that, no.
200 likes?
I was trying to get him to spit
200 likes?
200 likes just to do like.
How about this? We get to 200 likes and we'll put it on a poll.
Yeah. And we'll put Ryan on the poll too.
You know what?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. So here's what the poll is going to be. Put Ryan on a poll, cover Bring Her Back.
A or B.
But we should do a live watch of Bring Her Back so we can all watch the knife scene together.
Oh, we shouldn't. I'm so mad at you.
No,
I'm so upset with you right now.
Our first few live watches have to be a lot more fun.
No, I would do like Friday the 13th.
Critters. We got to do Critters. Let's start light, yeah. But I'm not. If the people want it, I'll do it. But the people have to want it, not you, you bastard. He's so proud of himself too. That's what I hate about it the most.
Listen, I had to actually deter someone from watching that. I had to deter someone. Deter, yes.
Deter.
Why do you say it like deter? Why is it
deter? It's like ribsy.
A deter.
That's a ship, sir, from Bram Stoker's Dracula. All right.
Schooner.
That's the Demeter.
A schooner is a sailboat, stupid head.
Great movie. Mall rats.
Fly, fat ass. It's nice that we're all being so stupid tonight. I love it.
I have fun watching it. Like, it's definitely not. It's nowhere. Ebert does make some valid points. I don't think it's lower than a whole bunch of the ripoffs that came after. But it's, it's.
Thank you. Waiting.
It's Carpenter ripping off himself.
And he does mention that it's just a carbon copy, and he was like, "I'm frustrated that I'm making the same movie over again." But it's also their commentary on Friday the 13th Part 2, where they dogged that movie because of the wheelchair scene, and the wheelchair scene is the best scene in the whole. It's the best death in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other point that I think it's Ebert in the clip makes, it might have been Siskel, is that Halloween 2, the only advancement to the story it makes sucks. The only advance in the Halloween, in the Michael Myers, Laurie Strode story that Halloween 2 makes is Laurie's his sister. That's the only thing that it does. And that's probably my least favorite storyline in that series
because it gets thrown out in the back of the car. It was like, "Oh, this is his sister," and it's just thrown out there. Like I like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I think makes 4, 5, and 6 unique is the Cult of the Thorn.
I hate the Cult.
I-
That's
Is
my
it the ending
I
of 5?
I
The
like
ending of
4.
5.
I like 4. The
Mm,
ending of 5
yeah.
and then the beginning of 6. They're
I
like,
mean,
"Yeah,
get Paul Rudd
come
at least.
on."
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the 6th one.
Yeah.
but I don't need it to. I don't need
we have
Michael
Frozen
Myers to be a
Solomon.
cultist or. Am I frozen?
You were. You're no longer.
Oh.
So you guys just kept rolling, huh?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, sort
All right,
of.
I'll figure out how to make that work.
We went
Yeah,
into
'cause,
some Halloween too.
I mean, that's how I got to stay in. So
Well, it just Robert Ebert, and Gene Siskel. Roger,
Roger.
Robert,
Robert.
Roger,
Robert
Ebert,
Ebert? No,
and
Roger
Gene
Ebert.
Siskel
Roger
really
Ebert.
hate horror films, and I found on Instagram.
we talked about
Oh,
so many
on
times. We
on
hate them.
Instagram, they had clips of them just like destroying Halloween 2, Friday the 13th Part 2,
Yeah.
like all like the films you would expect them to hate, but there was no like clip of them saying, "Oh, The Exorcist was a decent film," or Jacob's Ladder was worth a watch. Like,
Well,
up
yeah, I
yours.
mean, you have to take into account who's cutting those
Oh, it's
clips
rage
up
bait.
too. It's people, it's horror people who, yeah, it's horror people. It's rage bait. It's look at how awful they were to horror. And I mean, listen, in the Halloween 2 one, there are
Yes.
valid
Yes, I do
gripes.
agree.
It's over the top to say Halloween 2 is less than the imitations that came after Halloween is hyperbole. It's not worse. I've seen a lot of those movies.
No,
It's
there
not
are definitely
worse.
worse movies compared to Halloween 2. But there are some decent movies that copy that formula, and they're decent, I would say. Over the top. I mean, nothing can be Halloween.
Nothing's the substance.
Nothing can ever be the substance.
And nobody will look at any of those movies the way this review
I was gonna
looks
say,
at
where are the
substance.
reviews, man? Here we go.
5 stars.
This person has Botox.
The substance is such a powerfully refreshing piece of horror cinema that it left me speechless. Apparently not. Mix 1 part David Cronenberg. Go check out his movies The Brood
Okay.
and Videodrome.
Okay.
I can see it. And 2 parts Stanley Kubrick. See The Shining, 2001, Clockwork Orange. And throw in a splash of Countess Dracula, The Hunger, Dumplings, and Mansion of the Doomed, with some dark humor thrown in from John Waters'
All right, that's
Female
cool.
Trouble.
As flannels.
With an outrageous ending, paying tribute to the cult films Carrie, Basket Case, Society, Dead Alive. This guy really just wrote a review so he could talk about how many movies
Big
he knows.
flex.
You mix all those in well, and you have this brilliantly directed, darkly humorous tale about narcissistic obsession, drug addiction, ageism, misogyny, cruelty, greed, self-loathing, and lust for immortality. The performances by the incredibly brave and daring Demi Moore and hilariously over-the-top Dennis Quaid are both award-worthy. The special effects and cinematography are a tribute to all the cult movie masters. Just sit back and let this outrageous movie wash over you like a tidal wave. Easily the best sci-fi horror movie
Sci-fi
of
horror.
2024.
Okay.
Is a sci-fi
I'll accept it.
horror.
I mean, obviously, if there's a 5,
I want to
there's a
hear this
1.
one.
Well, this one, I did a little something different with this one because a lot of the 1 stars are just people ranting about wokeness and stuff. So I sorted through them and I
I don't
pulled
think
out
this
some
is
of
like a
the
woke kind of. Well, I don't want to get too far into it. I'll let you do your thing.
listen, it's directed by a woman, starring women.
That's woke
about
enough,
a-
I suppose.
About an issue that
Whoa.
tends to be more of a woman issue.
But
That's
the
what counts as
director-
woke.
You know what they need to start doing? Incel movies by Tarantino.
Yeah.
I think they do. I think there's
don't
plenty
feel
of
like
those.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at her history, she is a feminist. And she took 2 years to write this script. I don't I don't think
course,
it's
I mean-
woke. I think it's just like showing what the issues are in Hollywood and what some women go through, and
Mhm.
it's sad.
her her Coralie Fargeat's movie before this was Revenge, which is exactly what it is. It's an SA
Okay,
revenge
like
movie.
spit on your grave.
She definitely
I like making it is
yes.
like the revenge, right?
It's it's I spit on your
Okay.
grave level. It's glossier.
Got you.
It doesn't quite have the grit of I spit on your grave. It's good.
It's like what
It's
they
not
did for
great.
Maniac. It's like first person perspective, but clean, while the
Yeah,
original one's
yeah.
got that gritty, like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here's a compendium of 1 stars or
Yeah.
a mashup or whatever you want to say. What could have been a really great film just gets lost in some contrived, unbelievable narrative that's way too long and over bloated with nudity and gore.
Yeah.
Those are the best parts of a movie, sir.
Yeah.
This review is as honest as it can be. It's not even a 1 star. If I could rate it
Wow.
-5, I would.
That's a little.
I've never been so repulsed by a movie like this. I'm not usually this critical of movies, but I genuinely cannot understand all the positive reviews for this movie. If you enjoy endless needle injections, gratuitous showers, lots of naked bodies, and excessive gore wrapped in a thin, inconsistent plot,
That's why I
then
watched
this
it.
is your movie. I'm
He's a
in.
5-star guy.
Yeah. I've never been repulsed by a movie before,
He bring her back.
but the
Yeah.
substance changed that. I am typically not very critical of movies either. However,
Yeah.
I genuinely cannot get behind these good reviews with this one, and I felt compelled to add onto the Google reviews because of my pure dislike and disgust for this movie.
Power of Christ.
Exactly. It's a shame. It's a shame for this person.
This movie just dragged so much anger out of so many
Dudes,
people.
so I ragged on it, and I still rag on it for that, the ostentatious part, because there's people out there who struggle to feed themselves and their families and stuff. And perspective is a wonderful thing. You hear me say it all the time. So, like, what is a struggle and what is hard for some people compared to Demi Moore's character in this movie and Elizabeth Sparkle is not the same. It's not comparable. So, like, yeah, we give it a little crap. But is that something worth exploring, what they do in this movie? Absolutely. And it's good. And they have a little bit of fun with it. And they air out some dirty laundry in
Yeah.
Hollywood while they're at it.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, my complaint is I don't think it did need to be a 2.5-hour
No.
movie, but
I didn't mind
You
it.
could have cut out a bunch.
I didn't mind it being 2.5 hours. I liked it.
it doesn't feel like it is, but it also doesn't have to be. You could have cut about a half
I
hour.
mean, the idea of her turning, I thought was important, showing how she was like letting herself go, which a lot of it takes place in that world, and then showing how Sue responds. I mean, I gotta stick on my guns on this one. I like the runtime, and I was dreading
Didn't
it too.
drag out things to like really keep it artful as well. They really wanted to spend a lot of time keeping certain things like Hollywood authentic, which I mean they leaned on it a bit, but I think they could have cut some corners, kept it at 2 hours.
I think they were also pushing for
Hey,
like an Oscar or a
Yep.
Golden
And
Globe.
those tend to be longer running.
Yep.
films.
And with horror being in the running, I mean, we're gonna see horror films.
After Shape of Water,
Yeah,
which was a far superior film.
with Guillermo.
Fight
Guillermo
me,
del Toro.
fans.
I like Shape
With
of Warmer.
Guillermo.
Shape of Warmer.
What's a Guillermo?
Shape of Water. Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Del Toro.
Guillermo.
Gr-
Guillermo.
You know, he has a pumpkin head statue in his foyer. When you walk in the house, it's standing right there. I think he was
cool.
on an
That's
episode of
awesome.
Cribs, and he's got the coolest house.
How could he not?
Yeah, it's all of them. He's got a xenomorph. He's got like 1,000 different things and props from
Yeah, that's
movies.
cool.
It's so cool. Yeah, that man loves what he does. So Guillermo Galero.
Correct.
But this
But-
movie was, when they picked up the script and they bankrolled this, they were thinking Oscar 100%.
Which is insane in itself. I think this is her third movie.
Yes.
Quigley? Oh, no,
It's-
the director. Okay.
No,
actually, I think
Coralie
this was her second.
Fargeat.
Her?
Third, I think. I think there's a French one. I think there's a French language movie before this one.
Okay. Hold up. So she's got television credit.
You got director. So she got director.
Okay.
Screenplay,
short film.
actress was the me, right? And then picture. No, these were it didn't win all these, did it?
No, it was nominated.
Yeah, these are all the noms. I was going to say, bro,
Yeah.
if it won all those, that's too much.
It got close.
It got best makeup. What else did it win?
She won something, right?
The director?
No. Demi Moore won.
It's saying all 5 of these. It did not win best picture.
No.
Shut your. Oh, these are
Did
these
not.
the nods? No, it was last year's.
It was nominated Best Picture.
Yeah.
One best makeup and hairstyling. Demi won a Golden Globe.
Nora won.
And Nora won last year, yes. And Mikey Madison won Best Actress.
How come it doesn't just give me a list? Why does everything have to be complicated now? It shows me all the noms, but it won't show me like just a list of the ones that won. So who won the best director? Sean Baker won that. Best actress.
That was a Nora also,
I
right?
believe so. Yeah, and Nora won. Nora swept basically best actress, screenplay.
Yeah.
Oh, gee,
Sean Baker.
okay.
Nora,
Jada watched that.
and then makeup.
It-
It got makeup. It got the one that they snubbed. They snubbed Pan's Labyrinth with by giving the best costumes and makeup. And I was like, you bastard.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Yeah.
watch Nora?
Yeah. And
Okay. I me neither.
I
I don't think I will. Like
I
I
usually watch all of them, but the last few years, man, like award season comes around and make it a point to watch every one of those
Yeah.
movies. But like after
Mhm.
Parasite and stuff, I just, not to say anything bad about Parasite, but after that, I just haven't been able to get into those movies. They haven't been the same. They're not the
Yeah.
same. It's the best way to.
there's generally one or two a year that I've seen, and it's because I'm interested in them, not because they're nominated. But I used to do the same thing. I would make sure I saw every nominated movie, and now like I think they're not nominating movies for me. Really, I'm sure Nora is a really good movie. I don't know that I have a whole lot of interest in it.
miss-
I was looking at the other
Yeah.
things that were nominated.
I miss like stumbling on Little Miss
Doesn't do-
Sunshine because it was nominated for an award and I never would have watched it otherwise. And
Mhm.
that movie's really good
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
with you. Something happens post COVID. Something
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Hollywood still.
They
its
don't-
heels.
and they don't feel as significant as and maybe that's my age, maybe that's like the beginning of some closed-mindedness, but they just don't feel as significant.
Agree.
I agree
and
with
we've
that.
also seen so much now too that
Yeah.
for things to feel impactful, they actually have to stand out, and a lot of these
Yeah.
don't.
No.
Ron Perlman's Waterfall, everybody. By the way, the
Yes.
investment window is still open. He's got his own production company for the
Mhm.
people, by the people. If you want to
he's-
drop a C note and get in on
He's
it.
grown too because he's doing
Mm-hmm.
international markets as well with another company.
Well, they're gonna definitely hit their milestone goals for fundraising, so they're gonna be able to be bigger than they thought they would and fund more projects initially.
Which is awesome.
they're open for pitches
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, they are.
You can pitch your scripts.
There's a Bloody Disgusting contest right now for a short film
Really?
script.
Really?
Yep, based on the backstory of their logo
okay.
character.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
Mhm.
So there's opportunities out there because what we need in Hollywood right now, and what the reason why award season sucks so hard, because the studios aren't taking many risks, and it's like generic cookie cutter sort of nonsense that's going on. The substance would be a departure from that, but for the most part, the stuff that they're doing is so lame.
They are open to spec scripts now. Just to let viewers know what a spec script is something where if you're not represented and you have a script, you can give it to any studio agent and they'll read it. They're becoming more welcoming to that. fact because they feel like the well's dry with everyone they have on contract. The writer's strike, which occurred last year, a couple years back, really threw everyone for a loop. They're questioning about what money they have to make. It's a whole thing. So they're looking at people who are unrepresentative. You can write them a $50,000, $100,000 check, call it a day, and have a new idea. And I feel like they're slowly going in that direction. I feel like what's that movie? Good Boy? Is it Good Boy with the dog and the ghosts? That was one of those spec scripts where they were like, "Oh my God, let's do this," and that looks pretty creepy from what I've seen. Haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it's at least going to be something different.
Yeah.
You know, it's told from the dog's
Which
perspective.
Everyone thinks
I kind of like it.
I'm nervous to watch it because I'm expecting the dog to die. The dog might not die, but I don't know.
There's a website. There's a website called Does the Dog Die? Being married to who I'm married to, I had to find something like that. It exists, and they've expanded it now to beyond just does the dog die to, you know, any kind of trigger. Is there an assault? Is there bullying? Is there that? So you can, almost everything is on there. You can just go to Does the Dog Die, and it will tell you. So I did, because I want to watch Good Boy, and I was thinking maybe it's something that Alice and I can watch together, but I don't want it to be
sad.
You know, like, yeah. Well, she won't stay. She'll get up and leave, and that'll be the end of us watching the movie together.
Yeah.
Good.
The only movie in the last 5-6 years that we've been able to get through with a dog death is John Wick.
I mean, he was
And that, at least you get through that in the beginning. Yeah, and the whole movie's premised on that.
Yeah.
So back to the substance, which we should wrap up. Okay, there is a large section of this movie that's just sort of going through Sue's experiences and Elizabeth grappling with what she was doing to her old career.
Yeah, and Sue basically takes over Elizabeth's show.
Hour of Hot.
But it's a way more sexualized version of aerobics.
Yeah, exactly. And Harvey's loving it with his shrimp covered hands.
Yeah, this is like the equivalent of like a pole dancing class at this point.
Yeah, which is kind of the direction a lot of these have gone anyway. Yeah, I want to get into the Peloton stuff and things like that, but.
And it's sexuality. It's the bright colors that you were talking about that, you know, were absent even in Elizabeth's peak. It appears she was all primary colors.
It'd be primary colors. That'll be secondaries and third-daries.
I say it feels more energetic.
Yeah, and you really see this split too. That's one thing. One of the things they do that uses the time well is. When it's Sue, you see her career exploding and all that. When it's Elizabeth, her life doesn't get better. Her life goes exactly where it was going without
recluse.
Now it's just
into
going
this
faster.
Emptiness, recluse, tearing up her apartment, tearing up whole turkeys. You know,
everything.
like that's where.
But
it's her section is the descent.
But.
Yeah, basically.
But Sue gets her back without knowing, because each time she takes extra time to basically go back and switch consciences, Elizabeth's getting older.
The metaphor there, by the way.
Which
there's an expansive metaphor in that part of the movie.
I like it.
That whole like trying to eke out more youthful time, more youthful actions, being irresponsible with yourself, and then on the tail end of it, you suffer. 100%. That's there.
And she I think encounters. I think it's the nurse. Or is the older guy?
The rizzed up version of the nurse. Yeah. Oh no, the non-rizzed up version of the nurse. She met the rizzed up version earlier.
He's like, he's taking my soul.
Like, that guy actually looked pretty creepy.
And it's just a matter of time for that to happen. If the younger version is having a good time, that's gonna happen.
Yep. And then so Sue's irresponsibility ends up degrading Elizabeth much more quickly. She looked like her fingers the first thing, and then it continues on. We're not going to do like super dissecting because we're running long, but she basically screws over Elizabeth hard, and Elizabeth basically snaps at one point and decides she's going to kill Sue because Sue is at there. Each one is at the other's mercy when they're not in control. Yeah. So she was about to do it, chooses not to, and then they plow forward ahead. Sue stays in for a very long time, comes out, and Elizabeth is messed up. She's a crone.
Yeah, 3.
Yep.
What was it? 3 months.
She's Bilal.
Yeah.
She's 3 months.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 months that she's down. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, and she comes out Bilal with legs.
Yeah.
And she's gonna terminate use of the substance at that point. And she gets about halfway through the termination and changes her mind, and then
I mean, at that point, what do you have to lose? Nothing.
Yeah. And you wind up with the brawl.
Yeah, so
Cool.
Sue wakes up and you get this iconic scene of the two personas seeing each other for the first time and being able to interact, and then they have a massive fight, and Sue apparently has superpowers and can throw humans very far and things like that, which is pretty funny. But that's also a metaphor. But they go through that whole aspect of things. Sue decides she's going to go full out. But what does she forget to do that screws her over for the ending? She forgets to do something. She doesn't get the boost.
She has no more stabilizer.
Is it because Elizabeth is not producing it, or?
Yeah, I mean, once Elizabeth is dead, she drained it first, which is why she was gonna go back. And then after Elizabeth is dead, there's
And that's why
nothing
she
left
has
to
to
get.
wake Elizabeth back up. And then with the whole thing with termination, they wakes up Sue, and that leads to something actually interesting where she uses the substance to create another version of her entitled Monstro Elisa Sue.
Monstro Elisa Sue.
Not El
Monstro Elisa
Supervisto.
Sue.
This is the cool part of the movie.
Yeah. Now you have the big mash of
Reminded me of
flesh and body parts and unformed and
this
a face in the
doesn't leave
back.
the apartment like that. So
No.
Sue goes to do her big night, and it's similar to like the Academy Awards, right? It's a big award ceremony, big to do.
It's a New Year's Eve show.
And they go. She's got to go out and do something on stage, and she starts falling apart in the green room and manages to keep it hidden until the moment she reveals herself, and then she comes out on stage like this blobby monstrosity thing, which looks super cool.
With a picture of Elizabeth's face, like stapled on her.
Yeah, which is so funny.
Yeah.
And then there's this big, like, parts of her start falling off, and they have this almost comic rendition, sort of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood-esque overdoing it, and they just spraying the blood all over the people in the crowd and things like that, which is really funny.
Yeah.
And then she, like, kind of slinks away and then turns into a puddle of ooze.
Yeah.
And that's...
Yeah. It gets kind of Frankenstein-y at the end, where people are just outraged and repulsed, and they have to destroy the monster.
If Frankenstein's monster had no redeeming qualities and wasn't at all like a sympathetic character, that's exactly right. They do Jekyll and Hyde for this. They equate it to a lot of stuff, and it is Jekyll and Hyde-y, but not terribly. It's like, other than the fact that Jekyll and Hyde swap places, there's really no similarity.
No.
There's not as much substance in the substance as there is in Jekyll.
And an interesting thing that you can dive into on your own, because we are long here, is the use of color in this movie.
Super
and
cool.
How just how much they do with that, and how significant color is.
It's true. It's true. We were talking about it on Friday, actually, Halloween, about her jacket. You were mentioning the yellow jacket, and just how everything in the idea of like the gene splitting and the splitting of characters and the perspectives, the colors, it just shows how younger is more energetic, poppy, it's in your face, while Elizabeth's character, the older generation, is more, I don't want to say mute, but I would say more calmer, laxed.
She's basic colors. And if you know about like color theory and that, the primary colors are, kind of just the base things. But when you start combining them, you get the vibrant things that Sue
And
becomes.
Monstrous.
Okay.
Alyssa Sue.
It's a very, very good place to end our little review right there. That was awesome. The Substance, definitely worth the watch, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pretty high
Out
on
of
a number
5,
for
or
this,
are
I
we
think.
doing out of 10? I think we should do out of 5. We've been doing it.
5. I think 5's enough. I'd go about a 4.5.
Yeah, I'd say solid 4.
I would do a 4.25.
It's got a lot to it, and that's what really makes movies. For me, that's what makes the movie. So there's a lot to chew on for this one. You can think about it for a while.
Yes.
Absolutely. And put your woke fears
Throw it out.
aside. It's just
not that.
enjoy
It's just
a
not
movie.
that. Also,
It's not whoa.
there's no agenda
No.
here. It's just a good movie about somebody struggling with something
Yes.
and
I
making a
mean-
horrible decision.
Yes.
And even if there is an intended agenda,
What is it?
you don't have to watch it and pick it up.
That's true.
You don't have to watch it and do that. You can just watch a movie and enjoy a movie without diving into the messages that are intended, unintended, or that you've just
Agreed.
placed on something.
Agreed.
There you go. That was a good message from the Mr. John right there, everybody. All right, let's roll into the top 5.
All right. So, in honor of this body horror film, honorable mention to Bring Her Back. We're going to do top 5 body horror films tonight. Yeah, John already knew where I was going with this. Surprise, Kearns.
I'm not going to watch them.
Actually,
Maybe I already have.
I was going to
Let's
say,
see.
you probably have seen these. They're pretty, I would say, the beginning of body horror, basic body horror. Going to start off with number 5. We mentioned this. I need to watch this. It's on my list. I'm trying to find it. It's called Society. Billy Warlock.
Yeah.
We've talked about
never
this on an episode. Basically, Billy Warlock's a teenager in Beverly Hills who begins to suspect that his wealthy parents are part of a gruesome cult made up of the social elite. John sent us actually an Instagram video of a man. Basically, he was an ass face, and it's body. It's considered classic body horror.
Arrow put that out a long time ago. I don't know if it's out of print or not, but there's definitely an
Okay.
Arrow release, which means Arrow's also been going back through and putting out some of their older stuff in 4K. So that
It
could
looks
be
really
coming
good.
soon.
It
It is. I mean, the last 30 or so minutes really leans into the body horror.
They
but
don't really
it's-
cover it in
it's
the
really good.
trailer.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the trailer. I've read a little bit of it.
No.
I am not spoiling it on. I can't.
You
I can't.
can't. You can't put a lot of that into a trailer, or you'll never be able to show your trailer.
Showing the little scene with the ass, but like just watching the trailer, it builds up that there's more into it. And again, it's like I saw that clip again today, so I know what that scene he's like. But anyway, we're gonna move on because we can talk about the Society for a while here without giving away anything. My number 4, we've talked about it before. Another originator of body horror is Hellraiser. Don't really have to get into it with the Cenobite in the box, but I can say that Uncle Frank, from the beginning to the end, he comes back and he's just like all blood, organs, muscles, and his evolution of sucking like the essence of the people out and deflating their bodies and like kind of putting the skin of Julie's father at the end is body horror in itself. The second one, again, honorable mention on that, I feel has a little more body horror, but the first one is a classic, which number 3, you'll pop for this, and it's Reanimator. Reanimator is just great body horror. From the floating head, the reanimation, just so good.
Mhm.
And Jeffrey Combs as Herbert West is just good. And it's 40th anniversary passed. They got a cool 4K collector set coming out in November, December.
December,
And
I think.
that's a beautiful collector's
December.
edition. And I mean, there's nothing more beautiful than Reanimator than my number 2, and that's David Cronenberg's The Fly. Yeah, I know you
That's
guys are waiting for that.
definitely there.
Yeah, it's just
Yep.
Jeff Goldblum.
I was wondering if you're gonna put it in.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. Just I was thinking about it, and I was like, I've mentioned Cronenberg before, and I'm like, The Fly is more body horror than Scanners, Videodrome, and it's just a good movie. The Vincent Price one, classic, but Jeff Goldblum, the 80s one, really turns it upside down. And my number 1, we've mentioned it before. I'm going to keep mentioning it until we actually talk about it on the podcast. And that's John Carpenter's The Thing. Love that film. That is body horror. Oh, come on. The
body
dog
horror.
scene, when he's in the chair.
Yeah. Body horror's really got to be human, though. Yeah, because that's what makes your skin crawl. The dog thing is not that you can.
right.
You're far enough removed from a dog.
I mean, that's a pretty common tag for The Thing, but I
Alright,
get where you're
Yeah,
going.
and it's definitely body horror.
I was gonna say I can put Bring Her Back in there. We can talk about that, but we're gonna go to John's top 5.
Bring Her Back is just that's all it's got for me.
Oh no,
body
oh no,
horror.
there's some psychological stuff that I agree with John. That
Some psychologies. Well, like, what would you do to bring her back? We could talk about that. We didn't need a knife. We didn't need all that stuff for that part. No, we could have talked about that. We could have done that a bunch of different ways. What would you do?
Well, I will say this. It sort of shows how out of control she is of her whole
yes,
ritual.
Oh, yeah, that is
absolutely.
true. Well, kids are tough, man. But anyway, John, top 5.
All right. If we're going to be accused of being woke, we might as well go all in. I'm doing part 1 of top 5 movies
Yes.
directed by women.
Nice.
Ready?
Horror movies or just like movies?
Horror movies. Horror movies. So my number 5 is a movie called Watcher, which was
Yep.
directed by Chloe Okuno, starring Micah Moore as an American woman who is transplanted in Romania without the ability to speak the language. Things get even worse as she's isolated and begins to believe her neighbor is a serial killer. And they do some really effective stuff with the use of the language and lack of subtitles to sort of pull you into that isolation and
I like it.
confusion.
Really into the camera work, just looking at the images. Because for a second I thought this was based on Dean Koontz's The Watcher or Watcher.
No.
And I got excited for a second. Golden Retrievers.
Yeah, and then there's a movie called Watchers or The Watchers that's completely different. There's a few.
And-
like Watcher.
There were like 2 or 3 movies with Watcher in the title in really short order.
And
there. But if you want the Michael
If
Monroe,
I won't spoil
Gotcha.
anything because I don't want to say anything wrong on it. Burn Gorman, I'm already sold. I was thinking of a different show too, so that's why I looked it up real quick. Burn Gorman's an excellent actor and sold. Just sold.
all right. My number 4 is a movie called Censor, which is directed by Prano Bailey Bond. Enid, a film censor during the video nasties period in England, sets out to solve the mystery of her sister's disappearance after viewing a strangely familiar video. This one gets dark in a hurry and it never lightens up. But it's so solid.
The most woke thing about Prano Bailey Bond is how brave she is to have those bangs. So brave. They're like cut like you would cut them in a bowl. It's a little sideways. Or Prano.
So, which brings us to 3, a movie directed by Jackie Kong called Blood
I've heard of
Diner.
Blood Diner.
I've seen Blood Diner.
Blood Diner is awesome. 2 brothers own a diner and are entrusted by their uncle to perform the cannibalistic ritual at the center of the cult of Sheetar.
You know what's funny? I never would have considered this body horror until you put it on this list. But yeah, that tracks.
Well, this is
Oh,
is
no.
women.
Oh, that's
so-
right. Never mind. But this is body horror.
But it
Yes.
works in the body horror
Yeah,
too.
just going through
Yeah.
the pictures.
No one's safe from the brother. Is safe as the brothers need to acquire body parts and virgins for the blood buffet. And yes, I said buffet because that's how they say it through the whole movie.
Which is fun.
Yep.
Rick Burks.
Number 2, we have an Academy Award winning director, Catherine Bigelow, and it's
I love
Near
Near
Dark.
So good.
Yep. A farmer's son reluctantly joins a roaming group of vampires after he's bitten by a beautiful one. You get a cast with Adrian Pasdar, Lance Henriksen,
Oh no,
and Bill
screw
Paxton.
her, dude. I'm gonna let you finish, then I'm gonna tell you, screw her.
Oh,
Why?
She did House of Dynamite, the movie I was just complaining
Oh,
about.
she did Hurt Locker,
Yes,
too.
that's Hurt Locker is really. She did Zero Dark 30. That's why I watched House of Dynamite. Never mind. So John.
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, she did both. She did both.
Sorry. Oh, did she do both?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's fantastic,
Okay.
but what a dud that movie was. I'm not gonna rant over the
Was
end
it?
of your thing. Finish your thing, and then I'll have to tell them. But
All right. My number 1 is going to be Controversy. But it's a movie directed by Nia DaCosta, who's getting 28 years later Bone Temple
Okay.
in a few
cool.
months.
okay,
And it is the Candyman sequel from
I
2021.
liked it. I didn't think it was bad.
oh yeah, your tone,
lot of people don't.
tone definitely shows
lot of
that you
people
loved it.
I liked it.
A lot of people don't, but she nails the mood and the feeling of the original. Anthony, an artist, becomes obsessed with the legend of Candyman with disastrous consequences. And so, listen, if you watch Candyman, the original is a gothic
Yes.
horror romance, but it's also a very, very African American story
Yes.
told by white dudes.
Yeah,
And it's a
yeah.
Nia DaCosta takes that and wipes all of that out and creates her own vision of what the Candyman legend is, and it works well for me.
it does connect to the first film. There's connections.
Yeah, no, it's a sequel, not a
No,
remake.
definitely a sequel, and it's just to add it's yes, Kearns was saying I did like it. It shocked me because I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, because you've seen the original sequels and it's like, oh, what are we doing? And she did an awesome job with it. I think, and I love the Halloween sequel remake 2018. I think the Candyman was better than that.
Yeah,
just
probably.
how it was written,
Yeah.
how it was done. They honored the past film in every right way and created a new story, and that's how it should be done. If we're going back in with these old films and stuff, that it should be done in that direction.
Right. Fair. Ryan
Yeah.
has said his piece. Now, here's why Catherine Bigelow took a big dump with this movie. Anyway,
Oh yeah,
it's a well-directed movie. She does an amazing job. They do multiple storylines, repeating the same thing you've already seen
weapons.
from different perspectives. They do that 3 times, and that's something we talked about with Weapons. That was one reason people didn't like it. There's criticism of that in this, but not nearly as much criticism as how they end it. They end it with a leave it up to you to decide moment.
Ooh.
In a movie that's like a political thriller, doesn't land well at all. It's a big stinker, and they needed to do, and they dragged us through it 3 times and built all this tension, and then they just left you on red. It was brutal. So if you watch the movie, tell me what you think, because you two included, because it's worth the watch.
All right.
But be ready to be like, what the
Yeah, that's what I woke up to, was like, this is the shittiest I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, great. I'm not going to watch this movie now. I'll watch it. I got you.
It's a really good movie.
It sounds like,
It's a good movie with great actors.
what was the movie with The Rock, Sean William Scott? Like, from, yeah.
Oh, the one where he's like The Rock is like a
Yep.
skip
And it
tracer or
was, it got
something.
so much hype,
Oh,
and it was good, and then it just fell off.
oh,
This doesn't do that. This just doesn't end.
Oh, that one
There's no end. It's like they cut off the last 11 minutes of the movie and just rolled credits. And like at the end of Weapons, when they pull that move, they have something that they've put there to make you know that it's intentional. They just cut to the credits in this, and it sucks so hard. It's the biggest case of blue balls you'll ever get watching a movie.
Southland Tales.
Oh,
I
no,
was
that's
thinking
not what I'm
Southland Tales.
thinking of.
And
then.
that sucks because when they prep you, it's like watching the Manchurian Candidate and having no ending.
Yeah.
You can't do that in a
It would be
political
like
thriller.
it'd be like it ending with the phone call. It'd be just like that. It would be like ending as soon as he's activated. That's exactly what this was like.
That's actually,
Agreed.
though, that isn't a bad ending
Everybody-
thinking about that.
2 hours and 15 minutes of your lives. 2 hours and 15 minutes of your lives. I might have saved it. I really liked this movie, which makes me even more angry. But it's not the director's fault per se, but she went through with it, so she's capitulate. If the studio had a hand in it or whatever, screw them. The screenwriter, if this was your doing, you're an asshole.
Most
You need to finish your stories,
most
guys.
of the time, though, from the perspective, we're talking about it. So they did something, whether it's like a direction or like just to see what can it cause. Will people like it? Will people question it? It's like the whole thing with Weapons, how it's filmed, with the stories converging over one another or going to the past and then connecting. It's a chance. And you know what? I don't mind that. If done correctly, there should be chances in Hollywood. There should be, take chances, have fun with it. It's film. And if it,
Risky stuff,
Yeah.
right? It's
if you mess up, you mess
yeah.
up, but you can go back. I mean, if this was her first film and she did that, I don't want to see her next film, but her doing other films beforehand and then, okay, this is a
Can't believe
dud,
Netflix. This could have been great. It wouldn't have been Hurt Locker or just Zero Dark 30, but it would have been up there, close, scratching at their heels. But anyway, that's what I got for you on this one. House of Dynamite, everybody.
So the movie I was thinking about is The Rundown.
Oh, the rundown
You
is
know what?
definitely a much funny.
I do like the
funner
rundown.
little thing.
Yes. The rundown's really good.
Mhm.
Christopher Walken's the main villain. Come on now.
'Cause-
Yeah, exactly.
and it's The Rock and Sean William
Which
Scott.
helps.
And you
That's
get a
why that got
nod
stuck in
from
my
Arnold
head.
Schwarzenegger in
Yeah.
the beginning, which
The
the
rundown.
the passing of the torch bullshit
But
crap.
But that's the thing. There's room for studios to make the big action movies with The Rock and still make these smaller, interesting
They had
things.
the money. Ron Perlman.
It can
Make it
happen. It can work.
Waterfall.
But it's become maybe almost too financial, too tied to people's jobs. If you fail, you're going to lose your job, and you're not
Well,
going to take the
they
chance.
refuse to lose money. It's all like profits above everything now and all that. Ron Perlman, Waterfall, everybody. All right, that's the end of our episode for this week, you bastards. I hope you enjoyed it. The substance.
Have a good one.
See ya.